What's up everyone, welcome to another camera comparison video. Today I am going to be doing a camera comparison between the Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra and Xiaomi Mi 11. Okay, listen carefully which microphone is working better, check carefully which one looks better, which one have more details, where I look more handsome or better, prettier. Okay, let us do this camera comparison. And if you're new here, if you're not subscribed to this channel, then one request: if you end up liking this video, then please subscribe to this channel. Also, to everyone, if you really like this video, if you find this video helpful, then please don't forget to click on the like button. Well, it's time to start our camera comparison. Let's flip to rear cameras. Some people may not like the result of this camera comparison, but it is what it is and I am here to share the truth. Anyway, at the beginning, let me tell you that I always take all the images in auto mode with auto HDR on because I think most of the average people takes photos in auto mode. On the left it's Mi 10 Ultra and on the right it's Mi 11. I have left the watermarks on, and yes, Mi 10 Ultra got two telephoto lens. One 12 megapixel 2x optical and another 48 megapixel periscope for 5x zoom. On the other hand, Mi 11 doesn't have any telephoto lens. It uses its 108 megapixel main sensor to grab zoom images and applies digital cropping to deliver zoom images. At a glance, both look similar, but for sure Mi 10 Ultra picture is sharper and got a tone that's close to reality. After cropping in, we can see the real difference. Mi 10 Ultra image is amazingly sharper and there is enough details along with superb texture processing, while Mi 11 failed. This is one of the two reasons I prefer to use a smartphone with a telephoto lens. I always say hardware is important, but a lot depends on software. Look at this. Even if Mi 10 Ultra performed better in a brighter condition, 2x telephoto images taken in darker environment suffers. On the right, Mi 11 without any telephoto lens struggled and produced images with soft tone and grains. Before we move to ultrawide and main sensor, let's check something interesting. Under different type of lighting with different colors, both of these two performs a bit differently. Yes, Mi 10 Ultra is more consistent. However, white balance on Mi 11 is like a ride on a roller coaster. Sometimes white balance is cool with impressive amount of details and sharpness, and then suddenly goes warm and start to reproduce soft images with less textures. Yeah, on the left, Mi 10 Ultra performance is better. It managed to identify and process well-lit areas, and color rendition is way more pleasing than Mi 11. Yeah, Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra have the widest FOV, I mean field of view on ultra-wide mode. It grabs more. I have liked and I still like ultra-wide performance of Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro and Xiaomi Mi Note 10 Pro, cause those two have the same 20 megapixel ultra-wide sensor as Mi 10 Ultra with identical specifications. Now Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra have a better ultra-wide lens with optimized algorithm. This ultra-wide setup and performance of Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra is obviously better than almost any other flagships available in the market. It produces ultra-wide photos with very good dynamic range and enough details, which is almost impossible for other flagships to generate with their smaller ultra-wide sensors. There are a few differences, like white balance jumps back and forth, tonal contrast in indoor environment under low light changes randomly. However, on Mi 10 Ultra details and sharpness is way better than other smartphones, and it is clear that Mi 10 Ultra managed to process more textures. Which surprised me is color rendition on Xiaomi Mi 11. I thought Mi 11 would produce true to life color like Mi 10 Ultra, but it seems like Mi 10 Ultra is far ahead. Now these are daytime main sensor photos. Please remember that Mi 10 Ultra comes with OmniVision OV48C 48 megapixel sensor and Mi 11 comes with Samsung HMX 108 megapixel sensor. Yes, in daytime under bright daylight, both of these two performs great. If you don't compare these photos with other flagships, then you wouldn't know how good these photos are. I am happy to see that Xiaomi Mi 11 has really put up a fight. No, it cannot beat Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra, but in some cases, Xiaomi Mi 11 performance is better than many other flagships. I can say both offers images that is sharp, full of detail and dynamic range, but after snapping and checking almost 100 pictures side by side, I found some key differences. Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra sometimes under bright lighting condition increases midtones. Also, exposure suffers a bit. It's like a random puzzle. Sometimes it's there and sometimes not. On the other hand, Xiaomi Mi 11 always have this increased highlights and saturation issue, which is actually barely noticeable and pretty minimum. But as these are true flagships, I'm trying to point out all the pros and cons. Yes, dynamic range and white balance is obviously better on Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra. AI feature of Mi 10 Ultra is getting better with every update it gets. I think Xiaomi Mi 11 will also improve with updates. Things are different when we switch to portrait mode. Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra can grab true 50mm portrait shots with its dedicated 2x lens. Mi 11 has to use its main sensor to grab the portrait shots. Edge detection is good on both, but it's a bit better on Mi 10 Ultra. Both grabbed enough details, processed a lot of textures, everything seems pretty similar, but after cropping in, we can see that Mi 10 Ultra has better color grading and way more details than Mi 11. Also, bokeh effect on Mi 10 Ultra is lucrative cause it creates creamy bokeh, and Mi 11 goes a bit aggressive. Blurriness is a bit too high than usual. But wait, when we have tried to take portrait photos in outdoor environment under sunlight, then things changed a bit. Yeah, Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra can also grab portrait shots with its main sensor. Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra as usual started to produce a bit saturated photos with warm tone, and I got surprised to see that Xiaomi Mi 11 started to produce images with cooler tone, which is indeed very unusual for Xiaomi smartphones. Due to these changes, color grading on Xiaomi Mi 11 looks more accurate and close to reality, while Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra grabbed more details and textures. In my all camera comparison videos, I say this, and once again, this is all about personal preferences. Yes, sometimes different people likes different type of white balance, vibrance and saturation based on their personal preferences. Saturation and white balance jumps back and forth, but it's nothing drastic. It's nothing serious cause usually it's pretty minimum that you wouldn't even notice. However, there is some kind of beauty effect on Xiaomi Mi 11 images, especially it tries to beautify skin tone and that makes the difference. We really don't need to crop in to notice that Mi 10 Ultra grabbed more details and produced sharper images. When a lot of colors needed to be reproduced, when there are a lot of light sources with different segment of well-lit areas, then Xiaomi Mi 11 just tries to increase ambience and highlights. Despite of having the same selfie sensor and the same specifications on paper, selfie camera performance of these two are quite different. Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra has a bit of a warm tone, less beautification, more details and textures, while Mi 11 again processed with lower shadows, higher highlights. Overall selfie images of Mi 11 is a bit overexposed, and yes, dynamic range is also better on Mi 10 Ultra. There are a few other differences like in selfie portrait, edge detection on Mi 11 is really poor beside its older brother. Not only that, less details in the shadows along with poor contrast ratio makes the differences easily noticeable. These video clips were recorded at 1080p 30 frames per second in the morning under bright daylight. It's midwinter and dynamic range is gone from nature. If you don't know yet, then both Mi 10 Ultra and Mi 11 got OIS on main sensor and offers a very good stabilization while recording at 1080p 30 frames per second. Dynamic range is for sure better on Mi 10 Ultra. Not only that, skin tone is close to reality and colors are vibrant and true to life. On the other hand, Mi 11 color tone is a bit saturated. Exposure and contrast ratio on Mi 11 is also not as good as Mi 10 Ultra. Yes, we have to agree both have managed to grab enough details, but after checking highlights, textures and stabilization, Mi 11 is a no match to Mi 10 Ultra in videography. Okay, these clips were recorded at 4K 60 frames per second. I think Mi 10 Ultra produced this video with better white balance. In terms of details, sharpness and color rendition, I would again choose Mi 10 Ultra. I'm not sure what's gone wrong with stabilization on Mi 11. Yes, stabilization was enabled, but it seems stabilization on Mi 11 doesn't work as well as Mi 10 Ultra in 4K 60 frames per second mode. Okay, it's time to wrap up, and the truth is Mi 11 did good, but not as good as Mi 10 Ultra in all the segments. Please comment and let me know what do you think. If you have liked this video, then please click on the like button and subscribe to this channel.